My name is Hannah Collins. I am 40 years old. This is the story of how my life changed forever in just 1 week. I still remember the cold hospital room like it was yesterday. 20 years ago, I was lying on that bed. Sharp pain was tearing through my body. My baby was coming. But my husband was not there. He had gone on an important business trip. He kept calling me the whole day. He promised he would catch the next flight and reach before our daughter was born. I kept looking at my phone. Every minute felt like an hour. Then the phone rang. It was not his number. A stranger's voice spoke slowly. He told me the plane had crashed. There were no survivors. My husband was gone. The pain hit me harder than the labor. I screamed. I cried. Doctors rushed in. Nurses held me down. I gave birth to our beautiful daughter while my heart was breaking into pieces. When they placed her in my arms, she was so small and warm. I looked at her tiny face and whispered, "Your daddy is not coming home." Tears fell on her little blanket. That night changed everything. The next few months were the hardest of my life. I had no one to lean on. My parents had passed away long ago. I had to do everything alone. I fed her, bathed her, and rocked her to sleep every single night. During the day, I worked 2 jobs. One was at a small grocery store. The other was typing reports from home late at night. Money was always tight. There were days I ate only 1 meal so she could have milk and fruits. I wore the same old clothes for years, but I made sure my daughter never felt poor. She always had clean school uniforms. She always had books and pencils. When she was 5, she asked me why other kids had daddies and she did not. I sat her on my lap and told her the truth in simple words. "Your daddy loved us very much, but God called him to heaven on the day you were born." She hugged me tight and said she would be my strong girl. That moment gave me the courage to keep going. Years passed slowly. I watched her grow from a little girl who held my hand to school into a smart young woman. She did well in studies. She helped me with housework without ever complaining. She dreamed of becoming a teacher one day. We lived in a small apartment in Bhubaneswar. The city was hot in summer and we had no air conditioner. But we had each other. Every evening we sat on the balcony and talked about our day. She told me about her friends and teachers. I told her about the customers at the store. We laughed together on good days. We cried together on hard days. I never thought about marrying again. My daughter was my whole world. I told myself I was happy with this life. Last Monday, everything changed. My daughter came home from college earlier than usual. Her face looked worried. She sat beside me on the old sofa. "Mom, something strange happened today," she said. I put down the clothes I was folding. "Tell me, Beta, what is it?" She took a deep breath. A man came to the college gate. He asked for me by name. He said he is my father. My hands froze. The room suddenly felt too small. I stared at her. "That is not possible," I whispered. She took out her phone and showed me a photo. When I saw the man's face, my heart stopped. It was him. The same eyes. The same smile I had loved 20 years ago. But he looked older now, with gray hair and tired lines on his face. My daughter said he gave her a small silver bracelet. She showed it to me. It was the exact bracelet I had gifted him on our first anniversary. My hands started shaking. How can this be? I asked myself again and again. That night I could not sleep. Memories came flooding back. The way he used to make tea for me every morning. The way he sang old songs badly just to make me laugh. The way he promised we would buy a small house with a garden one day. I cried quietly so my daughter would not hear. The next morning she told me the man wanted to meet both of us. I was scared, but I said yes. I needed to know the truth. We decided he would come to our home on Wednesday evening. Wednesday came too fast. I cleaned the house nervously. I kept looking at the clock. At 7 o'clock, the doorbell rang. My daughter opened the door. He stepped inside slowly. He looked at me for a long time. "Hannah," he said in a soft voice. Tears filled my eyes, but I did not let them fall. We sat down. For a few minutes, no one spoke. Then he started talking. He said the plane really crashed that night, but he did not die. He was badly hurt and thrown into the forest. Some villagers found him and took him to a small hospital far away. He had no memory for many months. When his memory slowly came back, he remembered me and the baby, but he had no money and no documents. He worked as a laborer for years just to survive. He said he tried to find us many times but failed. He only managed to come back last month. He saw my daughter's college photo on social media and recognized her. My daughter listened with hope in her eyes. I listened with doubt in my heart. Something did not feel right. I asked him many questions. He answered all of them, but his eyes kept looking away when he talked about the crash. I felt a strange fear growing inside me. Then came the twist I never expected. On Thursday morning, my daughter received a call from an unknown number. The woman on the phone sounded angry and scared. She said she knew the man who came to our house. She asked to meet me alone. I met her in a quiet park near our home. She was about my age. Her name was Mira. She told me the real truth. The man was never in any plane crash. He had planned everything. He wanted to run away from the responsibility of marriage and fatherhood. He faked his death with the help of a friend who worked at the airport. He changed his name and started a new life in another city. He married Mira and had 2 more children. But last year his business failed. He lost all his money. Now he was sick and needed expensive treatment. He came back only because he wanted our daughter's help. He wanted money from us. He thought our daughter would feel sorry for him and give him everything. When I heard this, my legs felt weak. I sat on the bench and cried hard. All the years of struggle came back to me. All the nights I stayed awake worrying about rent. All the times I told my daughter her father was in heaven. Mira showed me old photos and papers. Everything proved she was telling the truth. I went home with a heavy heart. My daughter was waiting for me. I sat her down and told her everything. She cried for a long time. She felt angry. She felt cheated. She felt sad for the father she never had. We both cried together. Then she did something I will never forget. She called the man and asked him to come immediately. When he arrived, we were both sitting quietly. He smiled when he saw us, but his smile disappeared when he saw our faces. My daughter spoke first. She told him we knew the whole truth. She asked him why he did this to us. He tried to lie at first. Then he broke down. He admitted everything. He said he was scared of becoming a father. He said he wanted freedom. He said he regretted it now because he was sick and alone. He begged us to help him. I looked at the man I once loved with all my heart. I felt pain, anger, and pity all at once. My daughter stood up. Her voice was shaking but strong. She said, "You left us when we needed you the most. You made my mother struggle alone for 20 years. You made me grow up without a father. Now you come back only because you need money. I feel sorry for you, but I cannot help you. You are not my father. My father died 20 years ago." He cried and begged, but we did not change our decision. I told him to leave and never come back. He walked out of our house with slow steps. The door closed behind him. For a few minutes, the house was completely silent. Then my daughter came and hugged me tightly. We cried together for a long time. After the tears stopped, she looked at me and said, "Mom, we have each other. That is enough." I smiled through my tears. I realized she was right. We had built a beautiful life with love and honesty. No one could take that away from us. The next few days were peaceful. We talked more openly than ever before. She told me all her fears and dreams. I told her all my hidden struggles. We decided to make our small apartment more beautiful. We painted the walls together. We planted small flowers on the balcony. We started saving money for her higher studies. We laughed again. We felt stronger than before. One evening we sat on the balcony watching the sunset over Bhubaneswar. The sky was orange and pink. My daughter held my hand. She said, "Thank you for never giving up on me, Mom." I kissed her forehead and replied, "Thank you for being my reason to live." Life is still not easy. Money problems are still there. But now we face them together with open hearts. We have learned that real love does not need perfect people. It only needs honest hearts. We have learned that sometimes the people we wait for are not the ones who come back. Sometimes the strongest family is the one we build ourselves. I still think about that man sometimes. I hope he finds peace and gets the help he needs, but I no longer carry anger in my heart. I have forgiven him for my own peace. My daughter and I have chosen to move forward with hope. Our story is not perfect, but it is ours, and it is filled with love that never broke. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more emotional stories.